Blueberry scones, a delicious and easy snack for the whole family. Introduction. Blueberry scones are a delightful treat that's perfect for breakfast, brunch, or an afternoon snack. These scones are light, flaky, and bursting with juicy blueberries, making them a favorite for both kids and adults alike. The best part? They're incredibly easy to make, even for beginner bakers. With just a few simple ingredients and steps, you'll have a batch of warm, freshly baked scones ready to enjoy in no time. A brief history. Scones have a rich history, originating in Scotland and becoming staple in British afternoon tea culture. Traditionally, scones were made with oats and cooked on a griddle, but they've since evolved into the sweet, crumbly pastries we know today. Blueberry scones, in particular, are a popular variation in the United States, where fresh berries are folded into the dough, adding a burst of flavor and a touch of natural sweetness to each bite. Serves. 8. Preparation time, 15 minutes. Cooking time, 20 to 25 minutes. Difficulty, easy. Cost, low. Ingredients, 2 cups, 250 g, all-purpose flour, the base of our scones, providing structure and texture. A 1/4 cup, 50 g, granulated sugar, adds sweetness to the dough. 1 tablespoon baking powder, helps the scones rise and become fluffy. 1/2 teaspoon salt, enhances the overall flavor. 1/2 cup, 115 g, unsalted butter, cold and cubed, adds flakiness and richness to the scones. 1/2 cup, 120 milliliters, heavy cream, makes the dough rich and tender. 1 large egg, helps bind the ingredients together. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, adds flavor depth. 1 cup, 150 g, fresh or frozen blueberries, the star ingredient, providing bursts of juicy sweetness. Optional. 1 tablespoon coarse sugar, for sprinkling on top for extra sweetness and crunch. Step-by-step instructions. 1. Preheat the oven. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper or a silicone baking mat. 2. Mix the dry ingredients. In a large mixing bowl, whisk together the flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. This ensures the leavening agents are evenly distributed throughout the dough. 3. Cut in the butter. Add the cold, cubed butter to the dry ingredients. Using a pastry cutter, fork, or your fingers, work the butter into the flour mixture until it resembles coarse crumbs. The butter should be pea-sized and evenly distributed. 4. Prepare the wet ingredients. In a separate bowl, whisk together the heavy cream, egg, and vanilla extract until well combined. 5. Combine the wet and dry ingredients. Pour the wet ingredients into the flour mixture. Gently stir with a spatula or wooden spoon until the dough just comes together. Be careful not to overmix, as this can make the scones tough. 6. Fold in the blueberries. Carefully fold the blueberries into the dough, being gentle to avoid crushing the berries. If you're using frozen blueberries, there's no need to thaw them first. 7. Shape the dough. Turn the dough out onto a lightly floured surface and gently shape it into a round disc about 1 inch thick. Use a knife or bench scraper to cut the disc into 8 wedges. 8. Bake the scones. Place the scones onto the prepared baking sheet, spacing them about 2 inches apart. If desired, sprinkle the tops with coarse sugar for a sweet, crunchy finish. Bake in the preheated oven for 20 to 25 minutes, or until the scones are golden brown and a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. 9. Cool and serve. Once baked, remove the scones from the oven and let them cool on the baking sheet for a few minutes before transferring them to a wire rack to cool completely. Serve warm or at room temperature. Best pairing. Blueberry scones pair wonderfully with a cup of hot tea or coffee. The slight tartness of the blueberries contrasts nicely with the rich, warm flavors of a black tea or a cappuccino. For a non-caffeinated option, a glass of cold milk or a fruity herbal tea complements the sweetness of the scones beautifully. Serving tips. Presentation. Serve the scones on a rustic wooden board or a pretty plate lined with a cloth napkin. Add a small dish of butter, clotted cream, or jam on the side for spreading. Timing. These scones are best enjoyed fresh from the oven when they're still warm and tender. However, they can also be stored in an airtight container for up to 2 days and reheated in the oven before serving. Customizing. Feel free to experiment with different berries or add-ins like lemon zest, white chocolate chips, or nuts. You can also drizzle a simple glaze made of powdered sugar and milk over the top for extra sweetness. Nutritional information per serving: calories, 250 kilocalories. Protein, 4g. Carbohydrates, 33g. Fat, 11g. Fiber, 1g. Sodium, 230 milligrams. Sugar, 9g. Story time. It's a lazy Sunday morning, and the house is filled with the comforting aroma of freshly baked scones. The kids are still in their pajamas, gathering around the kitchen table as you pull the golden, blueberry-studded scones out of the oven. You place them on the table, and everyone reaches for one, the warm scones crumbling slightly as they take their first bite. The burst of juicy blueberries combined with the buttery, flaky pastry is pure bliss. It's a simple moment, but one that turns an ordinary morning into something special.
Much for watching. To not miss any further recipe or cooking plan, hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you at the next yummy cooking idea.